What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am one of your hosts, DLB, in Sacktown, California. With me this week and every week, Hoodnerd, representing Oakland, California.
Hey,
Welcome to another episode of Select Start Radio. And this week, man, there wasn't that much news.
no.
But, we put a show on for you guys anyway, because, why not? So there was a little something that came through, and we're gonna go ahead and get directly into the news. Hood, what are we talking about this week?
So this week we're talking about Helldiver 2 developer Ninja Theory says its fans enjoys shorter games. So the
Wait,
developer,
hold up. Ninja Theory is developing Helldivers?
no, excuse me, did I say Helldivers? Hellblade 2, excuse me. There's a lot of hell happening.
Oh, I was
in there.
about to.
Excuse me.
That super threw me off. I was about to be
Excuse me?
like, wait.
No.
Okay.
Hellblade 2 developer Ninja Theory says its fans enjoy shorter games. This is based on an IGN report. There's a lot of pressure on people's time these days. So the developer of Helldiver has
I
explained
would agree.
why it prefers making shorter games, insisting digital distribution has opened the door to games of all shapes and sizes.
I agree with that. Like something that you and I talk about all the time is there's so much content. It's like you're not like Sony and Microsoft aren't and Steam aren't battling or aren't just battling for each other. It's like everything, like TV, like I'm trying to listen to J. Cole's album. Doja Cat just came out with an album. Freaking Bryson Tilla's album just dropped. So all
Yeah,
day
it's a lot.
today while I was at work, I was listening to Bryce, I was listening to Doja, I was listening to Cole, and then in the midst of that, like I'm going and checking out wrestling content because WrestleMania is this weekend. So there's like so much stuff. Like it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. That's why, like the other day when I was telling you so many movies, like I just finally watched, well, I watched most of the Mario movie. I'm just now
Damn, you just
watching
now
that.
seeing that.
Just now.
Wow.
Just now. And I still haven't seen Spider-Man 2 yet.
Spider-Man 2?
The anime.
Oh,
What's the second one called?
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah,
Still haven't seen
yeah,
that
yeah.
yet.
I mean, shit, the new one about
So
to come
it's
out.
like there's so much stuff. There was something else. Oh, the John Wick series.
Yeah, you was tripping. You
It's
tripping
like
on
there's
that one.
so much content, man. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff. So I mean,
Or you just
back
watching
in the
some
day when I
bullshit.
was a kid, I could true
It's
because
fucked up.
I'll sit and I'll watch stuff like Temptation Island because for whatever reason I'm into that weird
Oh,
dating
90
show that
day
I think
shit.
is so
What was it?
unbelievable.
90 Day Fiance had me for a minute. Love is Blind.
Yeah,
I
I
know
watched the
that's going
first season
too
of
crazy,
that.
but I think I forgot what season that was, but yeah, I had me. So yeah, I get it. 90
So
day.
there's like so much content, bro. It's insane. So like I said, because even with kids, because a lot of people say, well, if I was a kid, I'd have so much more time. I mean,
Well, the only
ish.
reason you had the time is because you didn't have to worry about money. And I think
Well,
that's
not even that. Like
the fact that,
kids even have a lot of content these days.
sure,
Now, when we were growing up,
right.
whole lot different. We didn't have this. Number one,
No, it
like
would have
there
been
was no
different.
social
No, and I think
media.
that's why it's so funny
Games weren't coming
when
out as frequently.
I had the conversation with my mom the other day, and I was trying to explain. I'm like, it's hard to explain what this is for like a younger generation of people. It's so instant, like you can't fathom it. That's why it's so crazy for older people. They're like, oh, why can't? It's like, bro, just imagine having everything at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Like school's easier. Like school's cheating now. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like you can't. It's hard. I can only imagine if we had an iPhone in 90 whatever. You know what I'm saying? Insane.
Yeah, me neither. Because again, even for kids, there's hecka content because for them too, they watch Netflix and Disney
Sure.
Plus and all this other stuff. It's just so much
There's a
stuff.
bunch of teeny weeny
So
shows too. You know what I'm saying? And then the same shows you talking about, they watch too. So it's like, it's all over the
mhm.
board. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
so
you got to pick and choose.
I mean, because games like when I hear a game has 100 hours, excuse me, when I hear a game has 100 hours worth of content nowadays, like that does nothing for me. Like
So I
nothing.
don't mind it. It just depends on like how I mean, I guess it's really if the world can capture you, right? I think a lot of times, a lot of games say it, but it's like you'll put the time into a world if it's good. A lot of times they just go, it's 100 hours worth of content. It's like, but is it good content? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you want to continue to play? And that's the problem with a lot of the games. Like they'll have hella content, but then you're like, man, I'm tired of this loop, or I don't want to do this no more. It's not fulfilling, right? Like a game like The Witcher
Or it's
has
hella
hundreds of
repetitive.
hours of content, and people have played that game multiple times over. It's just now starting to get stale. You know what I'm saying? Like after all these years, but like as far as content goes, there's so much of it in that world. People just play it over and over again because you can do it different ways. So yeah, if you really want to be, Skyrim is another example of people that play it over and finding new ways to play that game. So that if you want to be there, you'll put the time in. Just the world has to be good, and a lot of times they're not, which is sad.
And looking at that IGN poll, it says, "What's your ideal game length?" Under 8 hours, it got 4.5% of the vote. 8 to 15 hours got 36.1% of the vote. 15 to 30 hours got 36.6% of the vote,
That's where I would be.
and over 30 hours got 22.8% of the vote.
I'm in
And
between. I don't mind all
I
of them, honestly, but yeah, 15 to 30. If it's a good game, I like it.
and that's where I'm at, 15 to 30, especially like for a Spider-Man or a God of War,
I wouldn't be
games
mad if
like
like
that.
that game was
15 to
like
30
15
is
was cool. Like if it was like 12 hours, but over 30,
that
you
was
gotta be
about Miles
fire.
Morales.
Yeah, over 30, you gotta be crazy. You gotta be like,
Hmm.
man, I'm so into this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Helldivers is gonna be a game that's gonna have that. We're gonna end up putting over 100 hours, hundreds of hours. People have already put hundreds of hours in that game.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
we're past the point of people basically being upset about time. I guess. I don't know. Maybe people still are upset about time because it's like every game doesn't have to equate to. And I think what happens is when they announce a AAA title or a big title from these studios, they expect everyone to be like 40, 50-hour experiences. It's like that's not the case no more. Or it hasn't been for a long time.
I just need the game to be good,
That's it.
fun.
I think at some point we started focusing on time because a game like Skyrim was so good and it was so many hours, or Fallout 3 or whatever, whatever games that started getting good with long, people were like, oh, it has to be this long. I'm only paying $60 and I'm getting this much content for this. Every game needs to be like that. And that's not realistic, but that's what happened. And now here we
Yeah.
are where everybody wants longer. Now the studios are making longer games, but what happens is the content's not there because they're not making them to be good. They're just making them be long. And it's like, damn. So
I mean, I can even admit, even for me, I would say stuff like as much as we shit on Call of Duty, right?
and we do.
They give you get a single player, a multiplayer, the cooperative mode, the zombie mode, the DMZ mode, and
Well,
then
to be fair, some of those modes are free now.
so yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, DMZ
Warzone
and the battle royale is free.
multiplayer coming soon. Like
Um,
it's got to. We'll see.
but
They not gonna.
some games do give you hella content for only $60. And, and it's crazy because we say for only $60, but because there is no rhyme or reason to that the $70 price point. I'm saying 60, but now it's 70. The $70 price point is just a standard price point.
Yeah. And I
but
mean, and Nintendo's done it.
because
Everybody's
I
done
mean,
it.
if
That's
they
what it
gave us
is.
a 5 hour game and charged us $70, I think at that point I might be a little
And
bit
it's
like,
crazy because
okay, bro.
somebody could and be like, I feel like based on my art and my time, it's worth that. And it's like, how can you tell me it's
Yeah,
not? You can try it, just as it has to be that good. But it's gonna be interesting to see if someone tries it. I mean,
and
Hellblade 2 is
and I
only
would do
going for
that new trick
$50 and it's
where
digital
I
only,
just
right? So it's not even coming to it's not even gonna be disc based. I mean it's only yeah, so it's not it's a
yeah.
digital only title for $50. So
Yep.
all right, so let's see what else we
Yeah,
got
that, that
in.
is that is the direction we are going in.
Yeah, it seems so. It seems so, right? But what can we do? But I'm not mad at shorter titles or longer. Yeah, again, I think we just need good games.
Do what works best for your game.
And if it's
Because
good,
that's the same thing with the movies. It's like some movies are an hour and 30. Some
yeah.
movies are 2 hours and 30.
Mhm.
Then you got like movies like the Titanic and the Avengers.
Or every
The
every
Avatar, they're
Martin
the three
Scorsese
hours.
movie of recent year, 4 or 5 hour long. Like, bro, come on, man.
And they all the box office price is all the
Yeah,
same.
they all
So
saying. So, in other news, another game with an H is Helldivers 2, which is another game with a. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it. So, Helldivers 2 gets a new war bond. So, for you Helldivers players, we have a new war bond coming. This one comes with new weapons. So, we have the BR-14 agitator rifle and the R-36 eruptor rifle, CB9 exploding crossbow. You got some new secondary weapons and utility boosters. We got the G 123 thermite grenade. So this looks like that sounds kind of cool. I think that would be good for the bots.
mm-hmm.
The GP31 grenade pistol. The grenade pistol is gonna be cool for the holes. So closing up the holes, or like closing up the
I thought you was talking about females.
hole. Whoa.
So that's gonna be good for the hoes.
Mm-mm.
I was like, oh shit.
I ain't say that. Not me. Expert extraction pilot booster. Some new armor. I'm not gonna go through the details, but you can go to the PlayStation blog or any other website that's showing that. And I think they have a bigger breakdown because it comes with a new patch. And I think the new level cap, it went from 50 to 150 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we have a date on this?
Live. Right now.
Right now?
Right now. The patch is live.
No.
But the war bond
It comes
on
out
April 11th.
Okay. Cool beans. What we got next?
A new co-op title called Content Warning.
What's your take on that?
It looks fun.
I'm curious to play it.
It looks fun.
I think it's one of those games that you gotta play.
I've watched a few people play it. It looks fun.
It's
Helldivery.
This
excuse me, more akin to like Phasmophobia or Demonologist, which I still haven't played yet.
So is it still free on Steam? Because it was free on Steam at one point, and then
I think it's like $8 right now.
Oh no, it's not actually. It's who?
I think it's like $8, $7.99.
Yeah. So yeah, it was free. The day that it came out until 9 a.m. So
I missed
actually no, it was free. It was free on the April 2nd. Then April 3rd, they started charging $8. So yeah, it's too late. So yeah, so now if you want it, you got to pay $8 for it.
It looks fun though. I definitely like the premise behind it. It's silly. Like you got to capture your friends getting scared.
That's.
So you got to do like YouTube.
Yeah. So it looks like everybody's kind of running around with a camera.
Yeah, you got your cell phone. It's a cell phone.
Oh, okay.
And you're trying to become famous on SpookTube. So you got to go in these dungeons and
Spook too.
stupid, and you gotta like,
Spook too.
yeah, it's so stupid. That's why it's funny.
That's
So it's
funny.
dumb, and you got to go around and like try to capture your friends or yourself getting scared, so you can do selfies. So while you running, you like, hey, look at me over here, blah blah, and then it'll show like how popular your channel is getting or whatever, and that's how you know if you're gonna get out or not, or how many people die, or you capture your friend get killed or whatever. But it's basically Helldivers or those kind of games where you're trying to go deeper into these dungeons and you don't know what you're gonna find, but you're like, oh, scary, like you trying to film it. Stupid, but it looks fun though. It looks in the vein of these new co-op games that are more like about having fun, I guess, than actually competing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely. Which
I
I'm
enjoy.
down.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
I don't
More of
mind.
that.
I don't mind competitive shooters or competitive anything, right? I'm super competitive, but I think they have to be good. And the problem with a lot of the shooters, Call of Duty, it haven't been good in a while. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a lot of them, or they're more focused on making money and not actually making good shooters.
So
Apex is
tell
still
me,
good though.
what's going on with the Outlast trials?
It has been banned or is being removed from Saudi Arabia. We
But
don't.
that game's been out for, if I'm not mistaken, that game's been out for a minute, hasn't it?
Yes, but that has no
Or is
bearing.
this a new variation of it?
So it has no bearing. So no, this is Outlast Trials has been out for a little bit. But getting it, having a
Okay, that's
game
what I thought.
removed isn't something that is, like if your game's on the store, it
Right,
can't be removed, right? Like if
right.
if a ratings board deems your game to be unacceptable, it's getting pulled, right? So in Saudi Arabia, this is something I can speak to. So in Saudi Arabia, they're really strict on what can and can't be in your game, violence or horror wise. So I'm not really sure. I don't know. We don't have any information on what and why this game was pulled, but people are getting refunds on the PlayStation Network who have bought the game because it's getting delisted. So it was
Mm.
obviously something either religious or I'm not really sure what the issue was, but yeah, they're definitely pulling Outlast Trials is being banned from Saudi Arabia. This is not the first time.
No,
I mean, they did it with Tekken too.
not at all.
So I mean, they pulled Tekken off the shelves. Tekken had to change that level because it had scriptures from the Quran, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Which is very interesting.
Yeah, and they were like, So yeah, that's what happened with that. If I find out more information as to why it was pulled, then I'll definitely report back. But I don't have anything. There's no real information onto why the game was pulled yet.
Hmm. Yeah, I am curious about that now.
Because even the Reddit thread that I found it on, and then Twitter feed, unless the Twitter feed translation is saying why it got pulled, but I can't seem to find a translation. So I'm not sure why it got pulled yet. But once I know, I'll definitely report back. But yeah, it's being pulled for something. And so nudity or, something they didn't, it was just not, no, get it off our store. And they're giving full refunds, which is something PlayStation doesn't do. Unless they have to. Speaking of PlayStation, Stellar Blade is out. There's a demo for Stellar Blade on the PS5. And it's out now, and that's the action RPG, the PS5 exclusive Japanese, the JRPG, action RPG. I just said a lot of RPGs. Well, the one with the girl where everybody was happy that basically her character has like a butt or something, but it's not really a butt, but people think it's a butt.
Yeah, if you want to see some ass,
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto
Yeah,
6, baby. I can't wait,
crazy.
boy.
Why'd they do that?
You talk about 100-hour in game, 100 hours for me in strip club. Okay,
That's for a lot of you people. Oh man, wait till the RPO servers. We got real strippers. That's a real
That's gonna
thing.
be funny.
That's a real thing. I'm not making that up. I'm not saying that to
I
be
can't
funny.
wait.
That's happening right now in Grand Theft Auto, where there are people role playing as whatever you want to be in those servers.
Which
And
looks fun as fuck. I
it's
love watching those
hilarious.
streams.
They're so crazy that you have to like actually audition to be a part of certain RPO servers. They're huge. So yeah, it's a real thing. Like if you're a lawyer in RPO, or if you're a cop, you're a cop. If you're whatever you are, you're that. If you have a store and you just have a family, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Can't
like
wait.
it's that. Yeah, it's that.
Cannot
And you
wait.
can't. You're not breaking character. You gotta be. You're in character. Like you're really playing a life. Oh man.
Can't wait. I can't wait. No, I can't wait.
I'm excited to try that though. I'm actually excited to try Stellar Blade demo.
Man,
Not GTA.
Oh yeah. Well, we know you're excited for GTA too, but yes, I'm always down for a demo. I mean, those things are freaking ancient history right now.
Yeah.
Demos used to be a
No. You know what?
Now
No. I'm not gonna let you say that. Demos have made a comeback. There's a lot of good demos out now, especially even on PC and even on PlayStation. There's more demos.
Well,
than
on PC, PC don't count. Yeah, PC for sure. You could almost find something.
But on PlayStation, there's been on console. There's been more demos this generation than I can recall in like 2 generations.
I think the 360 probably had the most, because I think the 360 required all their games.
I think early on, but I think that they stopped that after a while.
Because I remember I would go play a demo on the Xbox before buying a game on the PS3.
I think they I don't remember. I think at some point they stopped that.
And it was dumb to me. If you made a demo for the Xbox, put the same demo. That shit was so stupid to me. If you made a demo for one console, I refuse to believe it's hard to take that same demo and just put it on the other. But they work for whatever reason.
There had to be a reason. There had to be a reason to why. You know, maybe demos were exclusive.
Yeah. Well, I remember, according to, that at that point in time in history, it was hard to do anything on the PlayStation 3.
And that could be a thing too, right? So like, why would you waste your time making a demo for a game that's already, that you already didn't want to make in the first place? Because it's a, or not that you didn't want, it's just not as good. It's not as good as the lesser console at the time. It took them hell long to figure out that console.
Yep.
What else? What else we got here? For some racing fans out there, we running low, guys. We don't got a lot. Assetto Corsa 2, the famed racing game Assetto Corsa sequel, will be called Assetto Corsa Evo. Not much information is known about it, but we do know that it's supposed to be coming out in 2024. The only details we found were in a new DLC for Assetto Corsa Competizione. There was a QR code on the new Nürburgring track. If you caught it at the right time on one of the billboards, it gave you a link to the website. It took you to the website for
That's
Evo. So people found it that way. And now that's going to be this. People are assuming that instead of calling it Assetto Corsa 2, it'll just be called Assetto Corsa Evo, which more than likely will be a combination of Competizione and Assetto Corsa. I'm assuming it'll just be one game instead of them having to work 2 games. They're just going to turn, it'll just turn everything into one title, a one-all, or it'll just be a new live service. Something. We'll see. There's not much information on it though.
That was a dope little way to reveal it.
Yeah, I like when the publishers do stuff like that. That was a cool way. Like in the DLC, there was a QR code on one of the like billboards in the race. So like you had to even be paying attention to the billboard to even see. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right,
which is really cool. And I'm pretty sure thousands of people drove right past and didn't think anything of it. But then the few that did were like, oh, what? All right. And you had to catch it right on your lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, man. So yeah, that's coming. Fanatec reveals for more racing news, Fanatec reveals a new $400 CSL cockpit. So for those of the people looking to get into sim racing, there's a new cockpit on the market that's $400. It doesn't come with a seat. The seat is an extra $100, but that's pretty cheap for racing seats usually. So it's still a $500 full cockpit. Now you obviously need to have your own direct drive or wheel and setup and pedals, but for for at home cockpit. It seems pretty small. There's no reviews on it yet because it just dropped, so we don't know how good it is. But it looks interesting. It's very lightweight, looking very slim. So if you don't want a lot of space and you don't want to do like a big aluminum 80/20 rig, it seems like a low profile aluminum rig. It just, how will it hold up over time? Well, only time will tell. But it's a nice looking rig. Did you get a chance to look at it?
I did. I'm like, if I only had the money.
Hey man, it ain't going nowhere. And I guess lastly,
but wait, but you get that whole thing?
What do you mean?
Without the seat?
Yeah, you get the whole thing. You don't get obviously you don't get the wheel and the pedals and the.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's just the cockpit. It's just the rig. It's just the frame. So the frame, technically, the frame is like.
I was like, it might be worth it.
No, you just get the frame, and then I think the seat is $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
But for a sturdier little situation rig, instead of having like a wheel stand or something, because wheel stands are cool, but like, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to have some like real seating position and like real stability, you're going to have to go some kind of frame at some point. It just feels better if you're really trying to do it, or you really doing it to feel more immersed, because that's what it is. It's immersion and comfort.
Absolutely. Really feeling like you in that.
You
bitch.
do. You really do, especially when you put the headset on. When you put a headset on, it changes everything. So like, I don't know if you, the viewer, have.
By headset, he means VR, people.
Yeah, I was getting there. I don't know if you use VR before I'm pointing at these motherfuckers. Sorry to the podcast listeners, I was pointing at the camera. Focus.
Beep, beep.
If you've never used VR, or VR driving, I'll just say driving, not even racing. If there's games where you can just cruise around. If you've never tried VR or sim racing or sim driving with a VR headset and like a steering wheel and pedals, it's pretty cool. Just from a standpoint of like it tricks you into really thinking you're in the seat of a car, because your brain doesn't know any different. So it's interesting it's actually it's one of those experiences where you just laugh. I know I just get like laugh, like that's crazy. Like just start laugh, like this feels crazy. So it's hard to describe.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a whoa. It's like and then when you start moving and you really feel that pressure of speed, it's like, that's weird. I know I'm at home. So yeah, it's really cool. It is a really cool piece of tech.
Yeah, it's crazy what it does to the brain.
But
the way it manipulates the brain.
Well, it's not a manipulation. It just lets you know like what is reality, because reality is only what our brain tells it is. Because if it's that easily tricked, what is actually reality? Because we're seeing it. Because the thing with VR is it's putting everything in 3D space, so your brain goes, "Oh, that's real." That's why people be
Mm-hmm.
So like people that see people flying into TVs understand that if you put the headset on, it will happen to you too. My homie was at the house doing boxing, and he definitely thought it wasn't gonna happen to him. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you put it on, you get lost because you really are in 3D space. So what you're looking at is in front of you. So you're moving in like you are in real life. It feels different than actually looking at a flat screen. Because a flat screen, you can go, oh, I know it's a TV. VR is VR. And if it's a good headset, it's going to lose you. You're going to be gone. And you're going to end up like, whoa. That's why people have to take it off and take a break, because you'll really get lost in there a little bit. It's weird. And especially certain experiences like flying and driving, they really have some like interesting weight to them, because it makes you feel like you're sitting in a cockpit of a plane or you're driving a race car. It's crazy. It is crazy.
It absolutely is.
It's crazy.
What else we got on here?
I'll let you get the last one.
The Will Smith zombie game that no one has heard of. So
I was like, what?
It's interesting because they're absolutely right, because I didn't hear this.
No one
today.
did. No one has. It came out of nowhere. Wait, he had a game that bombed? What is this game? And then when you watch it, it's just like, oh, it's some like weird mobile game. You know what I'm saying? Like that he probably partnered with.
It's on mobile and PC,
Yeah, but like
but it's free to play.
it looks terrible.
It said it the game raked in 287,000 in revenue. Um, I- but it's called Undone for those that are wondering. It's still available on the PlayStation, or excuse me, on any PC store, Steam, wherever you get your PC games from, and it's still in the App Store. So it's free to play. You guys could check it out. It looks like any other. I don't even think that was gameplay. Actually, let me check. I don't even think that
No,
was
no, you got to go
gameplay.
to YouTube to see gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like any other cooperative zombie shooter. I mean, really, you seen them all. But if you guys want to support it, by all means,
Ain't nobody
support
supporting
it.
that shit.
But I think the reason it probably died was because it was in the middle of him slapping the shit out of Chris Rock.
No, I just think it wasn't a good game, and it was going to tank. And they were like, "It's not a good game." Like,
I mean, well, the fact that he couldn't get out and promote it,
he wasn't going to promote this game. I'm pretty sure
he don't even.
So? I'm pretty sure he don't even know this game was coming out.
That's funny as hell.
They use him from I Am Legend, bro. That movie is 8 quadrillion years old. He didn't even know this was happening. If you ask Will Smith, you know that game. Well, I did sign up for some of that some years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think it's from a Chinese developer. Yeah, bro. He had no idea. Somebody signed a contract for him.
Man, speaking of which, something that we talk about all the time, them remastering and remaking games. Who owns the Michael Jackson game? Can we get a remake? Can somebody remake that?
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting you to say Moonwalker.
That was the game back in the day.
Damn, I wasn't expecting you to say Moonwalker. That's interesting. I was not expecting Moonwalker.
That was a fun ass game. Let me look and see who
I think Sega made that.
The rights to that game.
Sega and probably Michael Jackson. They got tangled up.
Moonwalker video game. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Yep, Sega.
Yeah, that's about right. Because he was fucked with Sega back then. That's why he did the soundtrack. That's why he did Sonic 3. But it never, Sonic 3 it never came out, or it only came out in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it never came out. I think it just came out recently. But I think they changed the music though. But like a lot of Sonic's music is based on Michael Jackson music, like a lot of it.
But yeah, so yeah, it was pretty much developed and published by Sega.
Oh,
but so never. Sega owns it.
So never.
So
never. Say it with me.
And Sega still makes games.
They're not gonna make that one. Ever.
Holy shit.
What happened?
That game goes for $193.
Oh, the Genesis version?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Is it boxed? Like open? Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. You could probably find like a janky one. I mean, you should be able to ROM that, dog. If you really want to play that, you should be able to ROM that.
It kills me how people...
There should be a ROM of that.
Like how certain games get that prestigeness somehow of... Because there's like NES... Like I think if you still got the original Zelda game, the gold cartridge and its packaging...
Well, I think it's a specific...
that one goes for something ridiculous.
There's a specific one that goes for a lot, yeah. The gold box, the original gold box. I mean, that was actually one of the coolest concepts back then. That was
the fact that it was a gold cartridge. I thought that was super sick.
Nah, always one of the coolest things.
Because most of them were
gray.
Were gray.
They were all gray mostly. Yeah. So like the fact that this one was like all gold, I know that had to cost at that time. That had to cost.
That was so dope.
It was.
But yeah, that's a game that I would love to see them remake though. I wouldn't mind seeing a remake of of Moonwalker, and it was cooperative too. Yeah, I think it was like 2 or maybe even 4. You were just Michael Jacksons in different
On the
colors,
Genesis, yeah. Or
like
was it the
purple,
arcade
red,
version?
and
I can't remember if that was the arcade or Genesis.
the
I think it
arcade
was the
version.
arcade version. And the arcade version had the more like angular 3/4 view where they couldn't do that on Genesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you might be able to, bro. You might
So,
be able to get that on ROM somewhere.
well, no, I would like to see
Oh,
them
remake.
remake it though,
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if he has the same flavor, neighbor.
or even it's Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
People will buy that. Michael
I
Jackson
don't know
fans will
what
buy it, and they don't even own a
I
console.
don't know what year you think this is, but while we still love him, it is not.
Jordans are still selling. Michael Jackson video game can
No,
sell.
no, no. Jordans, specific Jordan sales. Shoes are down. It's bad time for shoes. The shoe game is
Yeah.
whack.
They talking about how
Jordan, Nike,
Nike's only focusing on
no, Nike's been
they said Nike's only focusing on Air Forces and something else
because
and
they
like
don't,
their
they
main focus
haven't
is
made
on like new shoes
because they
now or
haven't
something
been
like
make
that.
because they don't, they have to make new. Bro, they've been so focused on retros, it's killed their new shoes. That's why their new shoes are so it's bad. That's why Adidas trumped them, bro. Side story, I guess. Side note, but like Adidas has the best basketball shoes this year out of signature sneakers for NBA players, signature athletes. Adidas has all the best sneakers, and Anthony Edwards has the best sneaker. He has the first basketball shoe where you feel like you could wear it with jeans, and that's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? Where a on court shoe is a street shoe, a bull. You know what I'm saying? Rare.
Mm-hmm.
So Nike got to catch up. I don't know what they're doing or what they've been doing for the last a while.
They've fallen asleep at the wheel. People feel like just because Adidas has been number 2 for so long, they can't become number 1. I'm like,
Well, Adidas got new blood
Converse
over
was
there.
number 1 at one point.
Adidas got new blood. Jerry Lorenzo's over there head of basketball, and so it's a lot of new blood at Adidas, and they starting to cook a little bit, and their athletes are performing well too. So it's looking nice. Not saying they can't come back, or Bron and Katie and them can't get a good shoot, but they got to do something. Like them Jaws, ain't it? They give the Greek freak, the Greek yeeks.
Damn.
I like that, and that's always my thing. It's like, why do the big men always get lame shoes? You know what I'm saying? Why do bigs always get lame shoes? He on a phone call live on the show. This must be important. We're gonna commentate this. Let's see if we. I don't know. I mean, you did call me while I was recording. I understand that. Okay.
Anyways. He's so stupid.
Edit.
Nah, this is all going in. Y'all about to see this live, raw, and then this is what we do.
No, we don't.
When it's important.
No, we don't. Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah. No, but yeah, man. That is the show for
That's
this
all
week,
we got, man. We didn't have much.
There was not much news.
We were tired.
But, hey, we made something out of nothing.
We did. We were tired. We filmed this a day late and $1 short. We're sorry, but we still came to give you what we had. It wasn't much this week. It wasn't. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't no news. There wasn't anything to really like go off of.
You know what?
What?
We gonna add this. We gonna add this at the end. All of y'all, let me finish what I'm gonna say before you jump in.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna. I guess I'm on the other side of whatever this is. Hold on, let me sit up. Oh, because he said before
All
you say
y'all.
something, so let me get my say something. See.
And I'm not even a huge fan of this guy.
Oh, here we go. I already know where you're going.
Huge fan of this guy.
I am.
All of y'all that are saying that J. Cole's response is weak, like J. Cole, like Kendrick's response wasn't crazy. It just shocked everybody.
Nah, you being a hater. You are.
I love Kendrick. What do you mean?
I know. Just like, hey man, you can be a hater, just like Mos Def could be a hater, right? Everybody can be a hater, baby.
Mos Def
No,
He
no, no.
was,
Based
man.
on your
He was,
definition of hating,
he was
he
like
wasn't being. It was his.
skews.
It
So
was.
many
No, he's being
skews.
funny. He has it.
You know, Mos Def was being
Yeah,
funny.
that doesn't
Like
mean being funny is not being a hater. Being funny is being
you're
funny.
being a hater. That's not critiquing music.
Yes, it was.
You being funny. You being
Which
a
is
hater.
critiquing
So many
music. What do you
skews.
mean?
I mean, it was it was
See,
funny.
hating is
Shout out to
subjective.
Mos Def.
It was not hating though.
He was hating.
It was an opinion. You just
He was hating, and I get it because
no.
Drake got at his mans. Drake got a comment.
No, hating,
So,
hating.
it's
That's
all
not
good.
hating, dog. That's not hating. It's an opinion.
Okay, either way, I feel like
Talk to me.
I've because both of them like because I even when you and I had the conversation, I told you I didn't feel like Kendrick's bars were hard. I just felt that it just came out of nowhere. Nobody's heard from Kendrick in a long time. And he was talking about nobody said any names, and that's why even J. Cole's like, this is just a warning shot. So somebody gonna have to say somebody's name at one point because that's what everybody's waiting for. Everybody's waiting for their name to be called. Even Kendrick's been saying that for the longest. Just say my name and I'll pop up like Candyman or whatever. So it's like everybody's just waiting for their name to be said, and they're all pussy and don't want to say no names.
I disagree. And
period. That's what it is to me.
I disagree.
Everybody's pussy and don't nobody want to say no names.
Well, if anybody's pussy is Cole right now, because he had the opportunity to take a shot. You dropped the whole album. And you really didn't. I don't want to do that to my brother. It's like, nah, your brother just came and said, fuck y'all and fuck your big three and fuck everything you got going. Now, really, he wasn't really shooting at Cole. He's shooting at Drake. If you just listen to the song, Cole just caught a stray because he in the way.
Sure.
Right. So like.
For sure. So
but he's still talking. But they've been talking. Hold on. Let me finish.
Like
Cole been talking. Keep up with the whole beef, baby. You be outside the loop. Cole been talking about being number one and being a top dog. Listen, that's how they rap.
They've both been sending shots at each other, though.
These are Jay-Z disciple ass rappers, right? So they learned from the subliminal man himself. So all these subliminal things that you hate about them is what they learned from him. So you have to just play the game. That's the part of the game. The subliminal rap, right? Like you have to go through the bars to figure who they're talking to.
It's just the way that they play.
But that's how most rappers play, though.
You send a shot at M. M ain't coming back with no subliminal. M's coming at you. You send a shot at 50. 50's coming.
Yeah,
at
but I'm not putting. But I'm not putting 50 Cent as like a good rapper though. I think all three of these rappers.
No matter if he's a good rapper or not.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
what we're talking
the
about.
subliminals are just not in his lane.
Yeah, but who cares? That's in theirs. So you have to read between the bars. It just makes it smarter rap.
So
that's all.
So when people,
it's just a little smarter.
With that being said, when people say that Cole caught a
stray,
a stray, I'm like, if y'all been listening, Cole been saying little slick shit.
But so is Kendrick.
To Kendrick. And so is Kendrick to Cole.
Yeah. So he didn't. But
was it a stray or was it a straight shot?
What did he say to him specifically in the song though? That's what I'm talking about. In the context of the song that we're speaking about, which we're speaking about, like that by Future Drake. Future.
In the song, in the song, Cole says.
What song are we talking about now?
Cole is the one Cole's the one referring to them as the big three. Drake didn't say nothing about no big three. So when Kendrick responds to that, he was like, "There ain't no big three. There's big me."
Yeah,
you're directly talking to Cole because Cole was the one that said that. Drake didn't say that.
No. And I think you're stretching the point. So you got to read the lyric properly. They said there is no big three. They saying this is a Super Bowl. Me and Drizzy, there is no big three. They're the only two. Big as the what? They're the biggest. So
that's what Drake.
No, that's
saying.
The song, bro. That they're both on the entire song. Quit trying to usher one out and leave one out. They're on a song together. Future allowing Kendrick Lamar to say that on. Hold on. I'm talking. Stop.
Who said
no. I'm talking. Let me finish. Future putting Kendrick Lamar.
Well, you've been talking the whole time. I've been talking. What are you talking about? You've been talking the whole damn time. I've been talking about Big Red. Hold on.
So Future, well, let me get the thought out. Future allowed Kendrick Lamar to make a diss track on a song on an album where he's dissing the same artist that Kendrick's dissing. So it's not necessarily about J. Cole. It's really about Drake. Like this is all about like their beef with Drake, right? Like they called him out. If you just listen to what he's saying, he's talking to one person. He just talked about that. Oh, these niggas clicking up. They gotta click up. Y'all ain't be legit or 40 water, right? So he basically like, you know what I'm saying?
So that's just that Drake? That ain't at both of them?
Listen to the rest of the lyrics. He's talking to one person. He's not talking to both of them. I'm telling you. He tapped both of them because they clicked up like, oh, y'all got a tag team to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got a tag team. Like that's how weak this dude is. He got to click up with this dude to be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's talking to one person. I'm telling you. They've been tapping each other the whole time. Regardless, let's get to the current facts. That response was whack.
Regardless, Kendrick don't. So then let's just go to this. Kendrick don't want none of Drake. Because if he did, he would have said his name by now.
Why?
Period. Point.
Why? Why do you think that?
Why wouldn't you?
Wait,
you keep asking for Drake to say your name. Say his, dog. You ain't saying his.
Why though? Why? Why do you think Drake is that good of a rapper?
What?
Drake's a good artist.
First and foremost.
Drake's a good artist. Why do you think Drake's that good of a rapper?
It ain't about being a good rapper or not.
It is.
You're sparring at this point.
Yeah.
That we're talking about them
but
sparring.
Is somebody gonna be who's gonna be throwing?
Good,
is he gonna be throwing his own punches?
Why
is he gonna be throwing?
Is Kendrick afraid of Drake?
Is he gonna be throwing his own punches?
Is Kendrick afraid of Drake?
Is Drake gonna be throwing his own punches? Because most boxers, when they fight, they don't have somebody throwing their punches. So no, so my ass, bro. Hell no. What you mean? Is somebody gonna be throwing bros punches, or he gonna be throwing his own?
We're going back to. So nobody's all right.
We're talking about battle. We're talking about battle rapping, right? So are you saying that it's okay? I'm not talking about making a song. I'm not talking about making an album or making a song or making a pop song.
So you're saying you're insinuating that somebody's gonna write.
I'm asking you
for him in the battle.
Some of his hottest shit has not been his own pen.
Based on what? Based on what information?
Are we serious?
Based on what information?
So you think it was only one song that was written for him?
Hey, according to Game,
stop.
Who was one of it? Who was close to him like a brother? He's like, I've seen Drake pen his own shit. He was like, I don't believe none of that bullshit. He was just like,
no one's saying he can't. But the fact that he hasn't.
That's what you're insinuating. You're insinuating that. What do you mean?
Has he not had somebody pen his own work before?
I don't know that to be true.
Oh shit, bro! In this podcast,
I know people have helped him with.
I'm gone.
With the course and everything else.
Stop. There's a whole reference track. If you're gonna do this, bro, I'm gone. Good night, everybody. No, bro. No, you can't do that, dog. No. You can't hold him down like that, bro. According to what evidence? There's a whole.
For what song? I've never heard it.
You never what?
I never heard it. So what song?
All right, cuz. No. To the podcast, I'm not feeding into this. He's making some little face like he doesn't know what's going on. And it's fine. I'm not doing this. So I'll just.
The only thing that I heard is for the whole Quentin Miller situation. Sure. Nobody ever said what song, what. The only thing I've ever heard is that he had.
There's a whole reference track, dog. You want me to play the reference track for you? Like, it's literally on the internet. Like, what are you talking about? You've heard it. Stop acting.
I promise you I haven't heard it.
For sure, cuz.
I never went looking for it.
All right. I mean, I'm sure Charlemagne played it, so you just happened to listen to that episode.
But that's the thing about it. Charlemagne said somebody like wanted to send it to him or something like that, but he was like he didn't want it, which is why it never got played on the Breakfast Club.
Do you not want to hear it, or you just want to?
No, I don't mind hearing it. I just said I never heard it. I never went looking for it.
Okay, well, it happened and exists.
What's I about to say?
So. I mean, it's a real thing. You can't just like act like it didn't happen. And not saying bro can't like write his own bars, but like I just don't think
So
he's
do
the
you think
same.
somebody
I just
wrote
don't think he's the
the
same.
back to back and all that?
Don't know. It's questionable now. Just like
So then why does anybody even want to hear this then?
because he's still one of the top rappers.
Why does anybody want Drake
Why
to
are you so
respond?
defensive over Drake's response? Like, why are you defensive over Drake's?
No, I'm asking a real question.
Because Drake's one of the top.
You're saying people
Hold
have
on.
pinned for him. Why would you want
I'm
to hear
explaining
from him if somebody's
because
pinned
Drake's
for
one
him?
of the top rappers in the game. Because he's considered one of the.
Is he?
He's considered one of the top rappers.
If somebody's pinning for you, are you the top
I mean,
rapper
you're
in the
like
game?
reciting the same things I'm saying. Just because there's cheaters in the NBA, you still watch the NBA. You know the NBA has cheating, right? And you still watch. It doesn't stop you from watching, right? You know wrestling's fake, but you watch it every week. You're watching WrestleMania this week. Nothing stops you from knowing.
Rap
you know the script.
And all that is different.
Why isn't it? Why?
Rap.
Why is it? Why is it? It's entertainment.
If you knew somebody was writing for Kendrick and somebody's writing for Drake, would you care if they went head to head?
Yeah.
If somebody's writing for the both of them?
Yeah, because that's not them rapping. So what the fuck are you battling about? You just R&B singers at this point. Would you feel a way if you?
So that would be stupid then. Who would care about that?
What do you mean? Who would care about
it? If I feel that Drake, well, I'll just speak for me personally. If I feel like somebody's writing Drake's diss track, I don't care. I wouldn't even. Kendrick, why? It's beneath you. Why are you even trying to spar with this cat if he's not writing his own raps? To me, that's stupid.
But that's why he said it. They say he's the best, then prove it. So if you really nice like that, show me how nice you are. That's it.
But I'm saying if somebody's pinning for him, it still ain't him.
And for you to think that K-Dot's bars weren't hard on that, bro, I'm sorry, bro. You might want to go back and re-listen to some of them things he was saying, doggy.
I've heard Kendrick come harder before. Like I said, I think people were excited because number one, he's going at Drake and Cole. Mm-hmm. I feel he's going at both of them. Sure. And then like even
but one he's definitely going at one harder than the other one.
Even Cole says in this song, the only reason we're talking about you is because like.
Which is not true. Which is not true. Which is not fucking true at all. So that's false. Bro, that Cole is so mid, bro. Like that Cole response is so mid. I'm sorry, bro. It's so mid. And I love J. Cole. And I think he's been killing the last 2-3 years on every hook, on every single, on every song. It don't matter whose song he's been killing. But that was so mid.
The beef was here waiting for somebody to say each other's name.
Bro, when somebody mentioned you can't, if bruh came on a clean ass beat, he came on a hard ass album. You can't come over no weak ass beat. You can't come soft like that. I'm sorry. The second half of that song was better than the first half of the song, and that's the side he should have led with.
I agree with that.
He should have led with that side, and it would have at least kind of invoked a little bit more like, okay, but like the lazy flow that he was trying to give, like, oh, I'm just like playing. It's like, yeah, cool. But some of these bars is weak as fuck.
That's why he said it was, it was a warning shot.
So what kind of warning shot? It's a flare gun. That shit was weak, bro. Some of them bars was mid like poop. Like, ugh. And I like calm like
I don't think it was poop. That's kind of low. I don't
poop. I'll keep saying poop. It was some of the bars he said during that was poop.
I mean, I just wish Kendrick would say a name.
I just wish Drake would stop being a bitch and step to the plate. He called you out. Step to the plate. We all know who he's talking about. So fuck the name saying. You know who he talking about. Everybody done said it. The internet done told you. Every DJ, everybody like he got to respond. Fuck that.
There's interviews with no. There's interviews with Kendrick.
Fuck.
And people
is that now?
asking
Hold
him,
on. No.
Who is this about?
Is it today?
And he even say it ain't about nobody. I'm just
no. You're talking about past interviews. Has he been interviewed about this album or this song? Are you talking about some old shit?
If he did it in the past, why would he not do it now?
What I'm saying is, no. Don't try to use past reference to what's current.
All I'm gonna say is history shows.
No, it doesn't.
He
literally just made a song. Him and Future literally said
history shows. He'll throw a shot at Drake, and then he'll say, "No, it wasn't
what has
Drake."
been said now? And what has Drake said about anything, bro? I don't know, man. I mean,
Drake's
like,
always sending
I don't know,
little
man.
snapshots.
What snapshots? Nigga, you know that's corny. Get out of here. I know you know that's corny. That's fucking crazy.
They both have been sending little slights at one another.
If Nas sent snapshots at Hov, you'd have been like, bro, you lame. Just because it's Dre, like, oh, I mean, he's sending pictures on the internet.
But that's not how Nas moves.
That's not how. It's lame. It's cool. It's okay. It's lame. I'm sorry. He has to respond. Sorry, you can't call yourself the best if you've been challenged, bro.
This is lame on both sides because everybody's waiting for somebody's name to
Kendrick
be said.
said
That's
what he needed to say
from all parties, and I think it's all
on Team
stupid.
Kendrick with this one. Until somebody responds better, and currently Cole was the only person I thought can respond, and his first response needs to go back to the microwave.
I already told you Drake ain't gonna respond. When we first had a conversation, I was like, Drake's not responding.
Because he's scary.
I told you
because he's a bitch.
So we gonna call Jay-Z that?
Yeah, who? Who did he didn't?
Are we gonna call Jay that? Because Jay didn't respond to plenty of people.
But who hasn't he responded to? He definitely thrown a shot at a few people. Who hasn't he responded to? And I can tell you every time he has responded.
There's a lot of people that, because even Jay himself was like, "Oh, these people are believing."
Yeah, but do you think? But yeah, but do you think? So you're comparing Jay-Z not responding to nobody's to Kendrick Lamar, Drake not responding to Kendrick Lamar. You're literally comparing Kendrick Lamar to a bunch of nobodies.
I feel like there was hot artists hollering at, like 50 was hollering at Jay, and Jay didn't want to say nothing back to him.
Because 50 wasn't on Jay's level when it came to.
And 50 was. I don't care whose level you want to say he was on. When 50 was scorching hot, nobody was on 50's level.
And what shots did he take at Jay? Outside of How to Rob.
Man, I can't remember those things back then. I can't remember
the
lyrics or nothing like that, but I vividly remember him taking shots at Jay.
Okay. What were they?
And I know you remember 50 Cent taking shots at Jay.
What were they?
Like I said, I can't remember none of the bars now. Look, that was like what 20 plus years ago. I don't remember that stuff now.
Dude, gotta respond. If you're gonna respond to Pusha T, you gotta respond to Kendrick. Sorry, them's the rules.
I don't think he is. And here's the thing.
I disagree. I think he is.
And I'll say this last thing before we go. I think J. Cole is being. I feel he's being very strategic and intelligent with this whole "I'm hot right now." Let me say something to that. The only reason he's trying to come for the throne right now is because everybody knows Drake's getting ready to take a break. Because Drake said it a number of times after this album, I'm going away for a little bit.
Yeah, but he also,
now you want to say you the hottest right now when the hottest is going away.
He's been saying it, but he's been saying it for a while. They've all been claiming.
But right now he's really been on that shit though. He's really been on that right now.
He's feeling himself, and he has been rapping better than anybody, including
and then Kendrick only comes out every
because he don't have to
every 5 years.
He doesn't have to.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna say whether he does or doesn't.
He doesn't. He's not oversaturated like some light skinned artists that you love.
It's hard for you to say that you're the hottest when you're barely around.
Well, you don't have to be. Listen, you don't have to always be around to be the hottest. Prince wasn't always around.
All I'll say
Prince wasn't always around. Mike wasn't always around. Was Mike always around?
We're talking about dudes from this. We talking about
answer the question.
With these, we're talking about
the question. Answer the question.
The freaking. Okay. I will never compare. Never compare nobody to those two.
Oh, so it's okay when Drake compares
to Prince and Michael Jackson.
Drake compares himself to Prince all the time.
I mean, people compare themselves to the greats, but they're not that. But they're not that.
Okay, that's what your guy compares himself to.
Of course, people compare themselves to Michael Jackson. That's what they do. Sure. Come on, you act like this.
So why can't we use the analogy? It's the same feeling.
You could use any analogy you want to. Nobody's ever going to be as big as those
Taylor
two.
Swift might have something to say about that.
Yeah, bullshit. You
know she's
she'll be as big as whatever white artist, the freaking Beach Boys. She could be as big as them. She ain't messing with Michael Jackson and Prince. Miss me with that.
Oh, we'll see.
Miss me with that.
We'll see.
Her freaking musical talent isn't even what
I don't think
Michael
I think you underestimate what musical talent, like, that doesn't necessarily matter anymore. And that's old. to think like that. You kids don't care. People don't care about that. So like
to certain people,
no, to
certain people,
the mainstream
yeah,
people, to the people that matter, not us. To people that matter.
Well, people who care about music,
but
matters.
They don't buy the music
because the first thing a diehard Prince fan is going to tell you is that he was able to play how many
Johann
instruments.
Sebastian Bach had fans too before somebody else came along. It happens, dog. Your favorites become old and tired. Michael Jordan will not be the GOAT at some point in basketball. I'm sorry. There will be a child that is better than him. I know it's hard for us to understand that, but one day Michael Jackson will not be the king of pop. One day Mary J will not be the fucking R&B because they'll forget about them, bro. And maybe their song will come on one time.
They got some big shoes to live up to.
They'll never even, they might not ever even know. It all ends. That's the game.
Good luck.
Hey, man. Good luck. But hey, it's not going to matter if they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to matter if they don't know and don't care, because you have to care. It don't matter, because there's some artists that were bigger than the artists we grew up loving, but we didn't care. We didn't care because we love who we love, and now we still love them. And we forgot about those people, just like the people we love gonna be forgot about.
Either way, back to what we were saying, I will never compare any of these rappers to Michael Jackson.
I'm not comparing them to Michael Jackson or Prince as artists. I'm comparing them in the function of being a celebrity and being someone big in their craft. These are the biggest artists.
Drake is the biggest
so
rapper
he would be the
of
Michael
all
Jackson
time,
of rappers, right?
Blank.
We're
of rap.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's
cool.
what we're comparing
I'll
them
give
to.
You that.
Where else was we going? And Kendrick would be more akin to Prince.
I'm putting him on Michael Jackson's level.
Would be
period.
more akin to Prince, right? A little bit more socially conscious, not necessarily more about the pop. Like, yeah, he'll make a song about the people. They're more akin to like the artistry of music more than the popness of music. Drake akin to more side. So I see why, hence why, in his big, he made a reference to Michael Jackson. That's why Kendrick said Prince outlived Michael Jackson. So again, they're both making race. Like, I'm more akin to Prince's artistry than you are to Michael Jackson's popness, right? And they both had beef. They both were the kings of pop. And they both had beef. I mean, this shit's chess. They all just talking chess, man. You got to find the pieces. This shit is cool. I love when the Titans beef. That's all I care about is the competition. So I don't care how it comes and why it comes.
At the end of the day, like I said, Drake will talk swift, but he's not gonna make. I don't see him making a diss track
because he can't rap.
And that's just
and know why? Because he's not a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. And the reason why we wouldn't do it,
I don't know. Like if
he's not a better rapper.
If he was gonna rap with Pusha T, why wouldn't you spar with Kendrick?
He's not a better rapper than Pusha T. Sorry. He's not. And I love
I see here's the things for me. I don't think that Drake has ever pushed himself to be that.
Man, oh my God.
You think Drake has pushed himself to be a conscious rapper?
Who's conscious? And how do you have to push yourself to be conscious? You either are or you aren't. There's no pushing yourself to it. It's what you prioritize.
What I'm saying is, I think if he chose to go down that lane,
and if Hov did too, maybe we don't know
Drake
that.
Wants to be, if Drake wants to be lyrical,
we can't what if
he could be lyrical.
We can't what if we can't what if. Either you are or you aren't. And currently,
we've heard songs by Drake.
Look, bro, I'm not.
We've heard Drake spit bars
before. Step to the plate. You've been called to task, bro. This is the white glove. Slapped you in the face. I'll see you at dawn. Walk the 10 paces. Draw, bitch. Don't sit here talking about, well, I don't want to because of logistics. No, either you scared or you not, bro. If somebody say, hey, play me one-on-one, and you like, well, I don't want to because of these reasons. I don't feel like I have to because I earned my. Okay.
I definitely don't think he's afraid to spar. Then
spar, bro.
Kendrick.
If it's for the culture, let the culture have what we want. If you the top dog, bro, go at the other top dog, bro. You're not getting called out by some noodle. You getting called out by another big dog. Go at him. In your generation, these are the three of the biggest rappers in that generation. Outside of like other rappers like who consider the bigger. Obviously, people can interject and throw in their favorites, but we're talking about.
I think Kendra's of a different era. That's just in this era. So, to be honest with you,
it doesn't matter.
I feel like J. Cole and Drake want to be friendly, and they're of this era, whereas Kendrick's more akin to the 90s, and he's like, nah, I'm with the shits. I'm on my Pac mode. And they're like, nah, we more Biggie. Like, Biggie didn't want to beef with Pac. He was like, yo, I want to be cool
Yeah,
with
but
you.
then he also still made a.
But
But then he also.
what I will
But then he
give Biggie
also
credit
made
is Biggie was like,
hard
yo, you
this.
came at me, so I'm gonna come
So
at
then
you.
you can't give Biggie credit and you chicken shitting on Drake. No.
So that's why I'm
You
saying
need him. You need to
out of the
pressure
two,
him.
J. Cole
Then
came
you
at
need to
him.
pressure Drake like Biggie and be like, you need to make a who shot you, or you need to make something like that. Then you can't say, well, he did.
Oh,
No.
I wouldn't mind seeing Drake
You know,
spar with
you
Kendrick.
want to see him. I
I actually
need
think it
it,
would be better than what people think it
and
would
I
be.
hope it is. Like you only want competition. Like you want like iron sharpens iron, dog. So sitting in your back cave thinking you the best.
But my thing is, and I feel if Drake is thinking like this, it's a lose-lose for Drake. And I don't mean because he's popular. I mean because you're gonna have the people who are like, well, did he even write those bars? So it's
in
like,
any
well,
battle,
shit.
listen, dog. When you're the top,
Should I even rap?
how do you
then
win?
if y'all
You
think that
can't win when
if
you're
y'all
the
gonna
top.
wonder if I wrote these bars,
you've already won. You can't win when you're on the top. So what are you protecting? They're gonna come for you regardless. So you have to defend the throne. You can't keep it. You can't hide it like a Smeagol. You just ain't Golem, motherfucker. Defend your title. You can't be called you cannot be called the best.
Hey, since we want to compare,
you cannot be called the best. Mike,
he's the Floyd Mayweather of this generation.
Right. But to be fair to Floyd, hold on,
he's ducking.
But Floyd never ducked nobody. To be fair to Floyd just got big enough to where he was able to control his own destiny.
Floyd never ducked nobody.
Who'd he duck? Manny Pacquiao?
He didn't wait till Cats was old and washed up.
Manny Pacquiao was on before fighting. Manny Pacquiao was on steroids. So
that whole time,
for most of it, yeah, and that's why he call him. So no, I think it's different. Floyd just got to control the fight. So if Kendrick could control the fight, I mean, if Drake controls the fight, but he's not controlling the fight, he's losing the fight. So like Floyd controlled the narrative of all his fights. He was the ringleader. He was the show. Because if no one else showed up, you weren't showing. You came to see the spectacle of him losing, right? So Floyd understood that people cared more about seeing him lose than seeing him win. He just leaned into it like a WWE heel. And I think people didn't understand that. It's like, okay, I'll just play the troll. He was a troll before troll. That's why he would always fight on Cinco de Mayo and wear Mexican gear. Because he's like, either he's going to draw fans from being a good fighter or he's going to get hated. Either way, you're watching. So Drake is cowering. He's not stepping to the plate. I'm not saying he won't. Hopefully he's writing something fire and actually making something that's worthwhile.
So Cole threw a shot.
There's a shot.
Is Kendrick gonna respond?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what, but I think because it was such a soft response, I think he's gonna respond back too. Because he did say some shots, he tried to throw some shots in them with them like lame ass bars about the outs. Like, okay, I'm just looking at what you had to resort to. It's like, okay, oh, your first album was a classic. It's like that's you paying homage. Your last album was trash. It's like, all right, that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's like not really. Like, okay, it's like we going to the Nas, we going to the Jay-Z. Okay, you going to like that. You really taking from hoes.
He did a few.
Yeah, he did a few
wordplays on
that's
that.
What I'm saying. And I'm like,
then,
so. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's too easy, and I don't know if that's what bro wanted, or we gonna see. It's interesting to see how this plays out, but I definitely think he responds.
Yeah, I think Kendrick. I think he was like, again, like I said, I didn't feel that. I felt like if I was to compare, I definitely felt like Kendrick came at him harder.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a harder beat. I feel
like
because that's what I'm saying.
I feel like they both were mid. I felt like they both were like, eh. So okay, now we both said something. Who's about to jump all the way in? Y'all both tapped the toe with.
I think there was more of a toe.
Okay, cool.
I think Kendrick
now who's about to jump in?
I think Kendrick was more of a toe tap. I look at it a little harder. I think you need to go read them bars a little bit.
Well, again, if like you and everybody else are saying,
hey, listen, I'm not.
He caught a stray, so he didn't come hard at Cole. Cole didn't come hard at him.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. But don't make a whole song. He didn't give you a whole song. If you go listen to this, I'm telling you.
Well, but now I gave you a whole song. So what you gonna do about that?
And it was mid though.
I caught a stray. I gave you a song. What you gonna do?
And it was mid.
Cool. I only
Wait,
called it
I don't have
stray.
to
I'm not gonna give
listen.
you.
Why
I'm
are you
not gonna give
putting
you
pressure on
everything. I
Kendrick?
called it
Why are you
stray
not putting pressure on Drake? You putting pressure on
because
Kendrick?
ever since Kendrick came out with that line saying he's Candyman, say my
Stop it!
name. Why
Stop
don't
it!
you say
Stop
a
it!
name,
Stop
Kendrick?
it! Stop it! Why is Drake
I'm
absolved
just
from this?
saying.
Nah, you caping for Drake, bro. I know that's your guy. You love him. You love
I'm not
Pineapple.
caping for Drake.
What's the song called? What's the Target song
I'm
he
hella
got?
weak.
Pineapple Wafers. What he got?
I'm not caping for Drake. Like I
And
said,
I love Drake. I think his house album was slept on, but you know what I'm saying.
I just think that Kendrick is the I feel like Kendrick is the bully. I'll put it to you that way. I feel like Kendrick's the bully in the situation, and that's why I feel like
it's rap.
Okay, why should people have to say your name? You the
It's
bully.
rap.
Say a name.
He just made a whole song about
Cool.
a dude.
There's bullies in rap. 50 Cent was a
He
bully
just
when he
made a
came
whole
in.
song about a guy, and you want him to say more when this guy is not gonna say nothing. It's like
No. Now Cole, like he made a song.
Yeah, but we
said
talking about your boy Aubrey.
Now say
Quit
Cole's
saying
name
Cole.
and let's see where this
Quit talking about
goes.
Cole. We talking about Aubrey, dog. Quit trying to throw Aubrey out the mix, bro.
Well,
you keep trying to dance.
We're talking about who just came out with a diss song. And who just came out with one was J. Cole. So that's who we're talking about.
Fart on them bars.
Oh, man, you
fart.
tripping. On that note,
fart. Them some weak ass bars. Go genius some of them bars yourself. I could do a genius right now and read some of them bars. Them shits is over the crusty beat. He's done so much better, bro. Come on, bro. Don't make me genius them bars.
I'm not saying he doesn't have hotter bars. I felt like it was purposely done. Even the way he was flowing was like
the
lazy.
Hook was weak too.
He was just like, yo, this is. He was trying to make it seem like it was just like some lackadaisical shit. Okay, you gave me a stray. I'm gonna give you this little song. I'm gonna tap you up. It
wasn't a tap up.
If you that really wasn't a
tap
want
up. That's not a tap up. That's nothing.
It was a nice little tap.
That's a. You know what that is?
If you really know what that is?
That's a shot. That's a shot that missed, and you go, "What was that?" Oh, it whizzed by my head. That's about as good as that was.
It's like, yo, you gave me a stray. I gave you this light work. If you really want to go, we could go. If that was just a stray and it was meant for somebody else, then cool. We can stay kosher and keep it going. So that's how I look at that song. Like, you gave me a stray. I'm gonna give you this light work because I don't know if it was meant for me or not. If it was, then here's let's go. If it wasn't, okay, this was light enough to where we could bounce back from it and still be cool and move forward.
He's still doing shows, but fell off like The Simpsons.
Okay.
We can end the show.
I'm not doing this.
Me neither. But that's one of the bars. He's still doing shows, but fell off like The Simpsons. No, we're not doing that. That's not good.
Was there bars before that to go into that to make that make sense?
I came up in the Ville, so I'm good with when it's tension. He's still doing shows, but fell off like The Simpsons. Good night, everybody.
I mean, The Simpsons did fall off. The Simpsons ain't what it once was.
Fart!
You just read probably the worst bar of the song.
He said it.
Anyways,
he said it. It's right there on the internet.
Get ready to go.
On the internet, over there. On the internet.
I gotta get ready to go. So until next week's podcast, this is Select Star Radio. We appreciate you guys for listening.
Fart.
For my guy Hoodnerd over there in East Oakland.
He's still doing
for
shows
myself,
and fell off like The Simpsons. Come on, Paul, you just did Johnny P's Caddy, bruh. No, my lips got crusty for that. He did Johnny P's Caddy, like bruh. There's no way that's a clean bar. I'm out of focus. He did Johnny P's Caddy. That's one of the hardest.
Read another line.
Okay, hold on. I'm Nino Brown with this thing. That New Jack City meme. Yeah, I'm aiming at G Money, crying tears before I bust at him. You still want me to keep going? Bro, it's okay. He's one of my favorites and it's hella weak. Fart.